before any of the mills were built. In those days, people lived in farming communities, but farming was much more seasonal. Crops failed, work dried up, things like that. So other jobs were taken in to supplement that income. So spinning and weaving was taken in throughout the entire country. The difference being, in the 1700s, cotton was just starting to be imported, and cotton is ideal for this part of the country because it needs warmth and dampness. So plenty of rain here to keep it nice and damp so that you can spin and weave it. So this is raw cotton, as it would have been imported into the country. It's a big tangled mess, the fibres are tangled up, and it's got little bits of leaves and twigs in it. The only thing that's happened to it is the seed has been removed. So the first job is called carding, which means giving it a good brush to straighten it all out. So you put your fibres onto a carding brush, and then give it a good brush, a bit like brushing a shaggy dog or brushing your hair in the morning to get all the tangles out. So this was a job that was often done by the children. So how old are you, Fee? How old are you?
6.
Perfect. How old are you? Oh, too old. Oh. 2 workers here. This was a job that was often done by children from the age of like 5. In those days you didn't need to go to school, you could have stopped at home all day, every day, but you'd have been expected to help and work at home. And by the age of 8 you were old enough to go and work on your own. So it was children under your age who would have been doing this. Did you fancy this? Or is school looking really good now?
Fancy.
You fancy it here? So you wouldn't have done it all day, every day, but you'd have to do it whenever you had spare time, along with lots of other jobs like feeding the hens and collecting the eggs and things like that. So once you've brushed it, it looks a lot different. All the fibres are going straight down, so you can see quite short fibre length, and the bits have come out of it. And then once you've done that, you can then just roll it up into what's called a row lag, ready for spinning. There we go. So this looks nice and neat and tidy, but look, it's just disintegrating, it's not doing anything, so I'm still not going to be able to make any clothes out of this. So what we have to do is we have to spin it, and spinning pulls these fibres out and just twists them together. It's the twist that gives it the strength, and as soon as you've got the twist there, you can do something with it. So in order to spin, you need a wheel, and when I turn this wheel, it turns the spindle here. So who's heard of Sleeping Beauty? Yeah? That's what she put her finger on, a spindle like that. Right, so to start spinning, I lay my thread over the top of the carded cotton, I turn the wheel, and that flicks that spun cotton thread off the end of the spindle. And that puts a twist onto the thread. That twist will work its way up the thread towards the fibres in my hand, and hopefully you should see those fibres near my fingers drawing in with the thread as the twist catches them. So by the amount I turn the wheel and the amount I pull my hand back determines the thickness and the strength or twist that I put onto the fibres. So spinning was women's work. Girls would learn to spin at the age of about 8 or 9. And once you can spin, you'll be spinning at some part every day for the rest of your lives. So put a bit more twist on, because it's the twist that gives it strength, and then wind it onto the bobbin. So spinning would have just been one of those jobs that needed doing. Whenever you had a spare 5 minutes, you would have jumped on your wheel and done a little bit more. And if you had lots of sisters, your mum and granny all living in the cottage, you would have all had wheels where you could have been spinning at any moment you had to make them boxes. So once you've got your spun thread, it would then be taken to the weaver. Now if you built a loom, if your family had built a loom, or the inherited one, the original heirloom, you would have definitely used it, because you could earn a lot better money weaving than you could just spinning. If not, you'd sell it on to the local weaver, or take it to market, or to whoever was going to give you the best price. There's very little regulation or standardisation or anything like that, so life is very, very fluid. Any questions? Yeah?
I was going to say that.
So, if you want to just shuffle around, I can show you how the loom works.
Are we not allowed to work with that either?
No, okay, not.
Oh.
Right, so this is the hand frame shuttle loom. This is the type
I
of
want
loom
to
that
sit down.
this is the type of loom people would have had in their families. They probably have built it themselves. People didn't build them to sell, but we're talking how to make existence people. They wouldn't have been able to afford that. So most people built them themselves. But they worked on farms, they would build their own furniture, they would have had the capabilities. There's nothing technically difficult about building a loom that with the help of a local blacksmith you can have managed it between you. Right, so it's also a big piece of equipment to have in your house. Not many people have things like this in the middle of their living room, do they? No?
No.
But if this was the way you're going to feed your family, you had to make room for it somewhere. You can always sleep your children underneath it, right?
So the kids could do the pedaling.
Oh, you could move those out of the way, you could sleep under there. Perfectly good enough. Right, so on a loom we have all the warp threads. The warp threads run the entire length of the fabric. They're made out of linen or wool at this stage, but hand spun cotton is too weak to take the tension of being on the loom. So on this one they're wool warp threads. They're wrapped around the beam at the back to be stored. They come up over the top, the fabric's woven here, and then it's stored at the front on the front beam. Each of those warp threads, there's 720 of them, each one passes through a single knotted string here. Those strings are then attached to pedals underneath in such a way that when I press down on a pedal, alternate threads are raised or lowered. Then by swapping the pedals over, you swap the threads over. That means that when I throw my shuttle, which is my hand spun cotton on, in between them, it automatically goes over and under alternate threads. I don't need to be weaving under and over. Have you all done weaving at school? Do you know what weaving is? You've got threads going one way and you're weaving over and under the other way?
Like doing knitting.
No, not knitting has the needles. Right, so in order to weave then, I press down on a pedal. It opens up a gap called a shed here. I can throw my shuttle through that gap. It leaves the length of thread behind, which I can then beat back into place. Swap my pedals over to swap my threads, and send my shuttle back the other way again. And then I just keep going all the way down my warp threads until eventually I have my fabric. Now weaving was men's work, so boys would learn to weave when they got to the age of about 12 or 13. What was more important was their legs reached the pedals underneath. Weaving itself isn't particularly difficult. The skill for the weaver was in setting up the loom in the first place, deciding any patterns or checked stripes that you needed to do, or twills, and then also if you needed to dye any threads, the correct quantity to dye, because you definitely didn't want to dye too little thread, but at the same time, because of the length of time it took to spin in the first place, you didn't want to be dyeing too much either. So this type of weaving had been around for 500 years and working perfectly well. But in the 1700s, we had a big population explosion. We needed a lot more fabric. Also on top of that, cotton was becoming increasingly popular. It was a new fibre, people liked it, it was easier to wash, it took dyes more easily so you could get stronger colours. So, and it was cooler to wear in the summer months as well than wool. So there were lots of practical reasons why it was becoming increasingly popular. So that meant that this type of weaving was no longer keeping up with the demand anymore. It's very, very slow. In an hour of weaving, it had already taken 7 or 8 hours of spinning to spin that thread. I would only weave about 30 centimetres of fabric. I'm also restricted as well to the width I can weave as well, because I've got to be able to reach to be able to throw the shuttle back and forth. Unless I had a broad loom and somebody to work with me and we could stand there throwing the shuttle back and forth and create broadcloth. Now that was a lot more sociable, it wasn't as profitable though, because you're paid on piecework, not on hourly rate, and you weren't paid much more for a broadcloth than you were a standard width cloth. So something was really needed at this stage to speed up the whole process of weaving and increase the width of fabric as well. So in 1733, John Kay invented the flying shuttle. So unless any of you have got any questions in here, if you want to come next door, I can show you.